What happens if you're in the military and you are married to another service member? How does getting stationed together work? Well, let's get into it a little bit. The first thing I'm going to start is with the Army. All right, I was in the Army. As you can see, my wife's in the Navy. But if one soldier is married to another soldier, meaning Army, we have what's called the MACP, which is the Married Army Couples Program. I mean, that's the acronym. We have a specific program for it. But basically, what they do is whatever your job is, like in the Army, my job, I was a quartermaster. Okay, so that was my branch. And each of those branches has a branch manager for the different pay grades. So I had a specific person that was in control of my assignment, duty location, things like that. And then if your service member is either in the same branch or a different branch, those two will communicate. They'll find duty stations, they'll see what the openings are, and they will try to work it out to where you can get stationed together. Now, it's a high likelihood you could get the same duty station, but not necessarily like in the same unit. That would create a conflict of interest, especially if they were different pay grades, right? But I mean, getting to the same duty station shouldn't be too difficult. They say the MACP has I guess you'd say a success rate of about 70%. So there is the possibility that you could not get stationed with your spouse. And in the Army, we call them geographical bachelors. Or a geobatch. And that is someone who is married, doesn't have to be another service member, but their family is not with them. Now, speaking to my wife, again, in the Army, we had branch managers. So I gave my information to my branch manager. In the Navy, they call them detailers. So she had a detailer. It's essentially the same thing. But from what I understood, the MACP, at least for the Army, is not Army specific. It works across all the branches. It all falls under that same program, the Married Army Couples Program. But basically what happened is my branch manager talked to her detailer. They kind of gave us some options on where we could go. And the entire time we were married, we were stationed together. I mean, I'm retired now, but I followed her here and then retired. So, hey, if you get married to another service member, there are avenues for you.